Hello everyone and welcome to another historic video. So I haven't played the ninjas in quite a long time, I believe. And compared to last time that I did the video, not much has changed, and at the same time, a lot has changed. And I say this because although it's a minor card that was added into the deck, it makes the deck incredibly consistent. And what I'm talking about is a mana base. So from Brothers War and with Phyrexia ONE, the Dimir mana base has become a lot better with Darkslick Shores and Underground Rivers. Since the ninja deck is quite mana intensive, we're only playing 20 lands in the deck, the mana base becomes really tight because every land that you play matters quite a lot. Because if you have things like Phyrexia, Changeling Outcast, Moon Circuit Hackers in your hand, then when you do ninjutsu on turn 2 with Moon Circuit Hacker, you do need either black mana for Thoughtseize or blue mana for Spell Pierce, things like that. So actually having dual lands and not a pathway is incredible for the deck. And I don't know how many times I got screwed over by having the pathway, so I'm pretty excited to play the ninja deck with the new mana base. And I have played against a few ninja decks in the last month, and I've been gotten by this new cyborg card they've been playing. Well, it's not technically new, but just something that I haven't really seen, but this is a new tech that people have been playing. Fourth Bridge Prowler, 1 mana 1/1. When this enters the battlefield, you may target a creature and it gets -1/-1. It's not a ninja, but the fact that you can constantly bounce this over and over again with ninjutsu makes this card incredible in this deck. Because if you play against something like goblins, for example, or even humans, or even aura decks, they have a lot of 1/1s now with new Skrelv. And especially versus mono green devotion, which is being spammed a lot right now, you can kill the elf, you ninjutsu, you get it back into your hand, and then play again, kill another elf. So that kind of play pattern makes the ninja cyborg a lot better in that regard. And aside from that, we have also gotten the Shaldred's Edict, which makes it quite flexible, especially versus like a control deck, for example. Especially game 2 and 3, sometimes control decks does have a big lifelink creatures in the sideboard versus an aggro deck because the control deck players expect you to board out all the removal spells. So having something like this Shaldred's Edict that can also answer creatures or planeswalker makes this card incredibly good in game 2 and 3. And lastly, this is not a new card, but it's going to be a tech versus grindy matchups. So instead of playing another 2 additional copies of Thoughtseizes, we're going to be playing Biting Palm Ninja instead. And why this is good is because you can ninjutsu back into your hand, and then you can use it again if you have the spare mana to get rid of something in opponent's hand. I think this is a pretty cool card and has a lot of potential. If you don't have this card, you can just play Thoughtseize instead. And lastly, a copy of Damping Sphere is going to be versus Mono Green Devotion or any other combo decks. But that is going to be it for the intro. Pretty excited to try this deck out as I haven't played the ninjas in a long time, and I think the last few ninjas that I played have only been in best of 1, so this might actually be the first time I'm trying this deck out in best of 3. And I'm also going to have a post-game section at the end of the video to talk about the deck, so let's hop on over. Okay, so we're playing against Giganta. Oh man, look at this beautiful, beautiful mana base. So I actually haven't touched Ninja ever since we got both the Painlands and the Fastlands. So this is a start. What the heck is this? Wait, just give me all of those. Okay. That's cool. So here, I want to play the Ornithopter too, because if they have a removal spell, I would want to be able to play the Ingenious Infiltrator here, right? I'm going to bounce the Ornithopter to deal extra damage. They're playing gates, okay. I see, I see. I wanna not be greedy because they could have a board wipe, but this is just... I'm drawing so much. I still get a 4-4 out of it, you know. Pretty good tempo play, and if they don't have any, like, board wipe, then we have Spell Pierce to follow it up, so... Boom, just draw a million cards and win the game. Okay, that's a lot of cards. Yes. Let's go with this. So in case they have a board wipe, I guess it's just better to hold on to stuff. Like if they have an untapped land, right? Like Plaza of Harmony. To pay for the Flame Ablaze. I think it's called like Flame Ablaze or something like that. The 3-mana card. Let's just... Since this is going to be their final turn, so... Okay, so... Go with Biting Palm Ninja. Drown in the Log. I'm not sure about Mystical Dispute. Drown in the Log is nice because they play like Gatebreaker Ram or whatever, something like that. So you get to leave up a counterspell and be able to kill their stuff. So that's kind of nice. I think we just move on with this, right? Yeah, I think I just played like that. I think I actually want to keep this. So I could play Phyrexia here first or make a 4-4. I think I just make a 4-4, right? Unfortunate, but hopefully, yes, give me all of them. Thank you. So fortunately, we have enough pressure to leave up Make Disappear here. So, and if they don't do anything, like they play something like that we don't really care about, we could just retrofit her here. Do I care about that? Like, they draw a card, but... who cares? Like, they're gonna lose? Okay. It was as easy as that. Okay, play first. It's actually not bad. Cacophony Scam. I'm guessing they're playing goblins. I think. So I guess they're trying to sacrifice it now. Okay, that's fine. That's a lot of resources to kill that. Yes, okay. So they're just playing goblins. So if we get a land next turn, we might have a pretty cool play. So we didn't get a land, which is unfortunate. We're really stuck on lands here. And because they have another Cacophony Scamp with the Skur Prospector, they can destroy this, right? And then kill our Moon Circuit Hacker, which is not ideal. Might actually have to pass here. So let's block that. See what they play. And we'll kill the Skur Prospector. We really need a land. Spell Pierce not gonna do it. Nice. Okay. I think they play Muxus in their deck. They can't really play it next turn anyways. I'm just gonna play this out. Oh, this can't block. Right. I'm not sure if I'm dead. We'll see. Block. 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 And I take 3. Hard game. Okay, so we have 3 blockers. Potentially 4 if we wanted to. So we kill this. Block, block, block. And then we take 2 damage. So we die. Okay, that's not ideal. Okay, I guess we're just dead. If they figure it out. That we have nothing. So we actually want them to actually play something. So they actually missed lethal. If they just used Den of the Bugbear, they would have won. I think they have another one of these munitions expert. Okay, so since they respected that we might have like a removal spell, I'm actually going to do this um to see if I can find something. And we didn't. We're in that same situation again. If they respect my removal spell, they won't go for the Den of the Bugbear again. Okay, same thing. Another one. Another one. I feel like I don't want to sacrifice this Ornithopter in case we get... I mean, in case we get a ninja, right? Man, it's so rough. This game is rough. Okay, we have to win with flyers. That's it. Hard game. This game is so hard. Oh, Brazen Borrower, that's perfect. Should I go to 1? I feel like I should. Wait, I messed up. I needed to create a 1/1 before I blocked. So I have to just improvise here. Okay, well, this is it. Oh my god, we actually got there. Yeah, hard game, hard game. Okay, so this is probably a Muxus deck, right? This is probably a Muxus deck. It looks like they're playing a lot of lands. Witch's Vengeance. 4th Bridge Prowler. Is it a Grafdigger's? I don't know. Okay, the problem with Grafdigger's Cage is I'm playing against a Goblin deck, and they probably have Artifact Removal Goblin, right? So Grafdigger's Cage really isn't going to do much. I think it's just better to play Drown in the Loch. Uh, I think 2 copies of Thoughtseize is okay. Just not sure like what to take out. Maybe like 4 copies is a little bit too much. Let's take out a Saiba Siphoner. Seek new knowledge. Now let's just take out Seek new knowledge. Let's go like this. Basically what I'm doing is I'm replacing the Seek new knowledges with removal spells and board wipes, things like that. Ooh, 1 lander. Tough. 0 lander. Again. Very tough. I'm playing the Retrofitter first because they could have those the sacrifice deal 1 damage guys. So if they attack, they have Fatal Push. Yep, they have Fatal Push. Let's say they use Fatal Push. And then what? It's only bad if they have double Fatal Push, right? That's actually really good. I'm actually very surprised what just happened. Maybe they actually don't have anything. It could be because they have another Fatal Push, and they just don't want to use it, but they would have just used it on Changeling Outcast last turn. So I'm just gonna guess that they actually don't have much. Phyrexia. That's not bad. This Outcast is actually doing so much. The opponent has 2 creatures in the graveyard. Oh, wow. Maybe I don't want, like, too much of them? Crucius. Let's see what they discard first. And then we'll kill the Skirt Prospector. So with this, now they'll have 3 creatures in the graveyard. They take the damage. Another Skirk. I think we don't counter this because if they do have Muxus, they'll have 6 creatures in the graveyard. And then we can counter Muxus. And it actually... Oh yeah, there it is. And that is good game. Very hard game. Very, very hard game. Wait, oh my god, I didn't actually realize until just now I was playing against Alteriax. Okay, so... we just played 2 games. First game was easy peasy. The second game was quite tough. I did not know that I was playing against Alteriax. Obviously a fantastic deck builder, a fantastic player. Thankfully, they were a little bit cautious because I had mana up, even though they had lethal. Because of that, I took advantage of that situation and was able to win game 1. Although it's a kind of a bluff, it was not an intentional bluff. It just kind of happened as a bluff since I did have Retrofitter Foundry on the battlefield to use the mana on it at the same time holding a card in my hand. So it just kind of happened like that. So I think that's actually one of the reasons why it's so powerful, right? Because the deck is playing Make Disappear, Drown in the Lock, Fatal Push, right? So, and Seek New Knowledge, right? Oh, also Brazen Borrower. So with all these instant speed spells, you have Retrofitter Foundry. So that is the strength of the deck, being able to hold up these cards while being able to still make a 1/1. Not much to say. I mean, it's just a good deck. Although I will say there is some learning curve to this deck. When I first played it, I was very bad at it, but I have played this deck a lot. And when I say ninjas, right, we don't actually play that many ninjutsu cards. We only play 8 copies of it. So don't just treat the deck as like, oh, I need to always ninjutsu. And rather, you should play it like, oh, they have a removal spell. I'm gonna bait out a removal spell by attacking if they use it on your creature, and then you ninjutsu to get rid of a card, right? That's kind of the trap you get into when you start playing something like this. And that's not excluding me. When I first played the deck, I was like, oh, I need to just ninjutsu. And that's not actually what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to bait out removal spells. Because every time you ninjutsu in response of opponent using a removal spell, that's -1 card for them, right? So you need to treat this deck as a tempo deck. So that's the #1 rule. And I'm quite happy with the deck. I mean, this is the 6th version of the deck over the course of like I don't know, like a year. I think the first ninja deck that I did was like last year, February, so I would say now the deck looks pretty refined. I really like all the cards here. As for the sideboard, since this is gonna be my first time playing the ninja deck in best of 3, it's gonna be a little bit weird. Especially like something like Biting Palm Ninja. I do think this card is really good. But if you don't like it, you can just play another 2 copies of Thoughtseizes instead. Witch's Vengeance might be a little bit weird. But this is like the only 3-mana board wipe that I could think of in black. And Graph Diggers might be a little bit weird. I'm not sure if this really hits a lot of the decks. Like, for example, like Goblin, you wouldn't really want to bring Graph Digger's Cage because of Goblin Trashmaster, right? Since if you do play Cage, they're just going to play Goblin Trashmaster. And they're gonna bring this anyways without you putting in a Graph Digger's Cage because you're playing things like Ornithopters and Retrofitter Foundries, right? So Graph Digger's Cage is not something you want to bring. But elves are not really popular. Maybe Mono Green Devotion is not that bad. And Damping Sphere might be a little bit weird. There are some combo decks and even in best of 3, right? So I think you should be prepared for that. And this is actually not that bad versus Mono Green Devotion because they like to play a lot of cards every single turn since they have infinite mana. And I think Drown in the Lock could be something else. Like, I guess it could be something like Go for the Throat. Like just a copy of. I think 3 Drown in the Lock is nice. But yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. And if you did, leave a like, comment below, subscribe, and I'll be doing more historic and exploratory content in this channel. So stick around, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.